against the anti-abortion ban it's being held at Parliament House, and they've actually had to, because so many people here, they've had to close off a lane, and it's looking a bit dodgy, but we'll do a quick dash while we can to get to the front. Yeah. The cops are just manoeuvring people into place, but it's a little bit how you're going. Can I just sneak through the gap here? Sorry guys, thanks. I'm not sure where the speaker is. We'll get down there. Oh, here she is. I got her. All right, let's go and have a look.
To have all of you out here just means so much, so thank you so much for coming. I know I'm a Sydney girl, I grew up in Sydney, I know about the traffic, the cost of living, it's really intense. I know you've got kids to put down for dinner, school run, all of that, but for you to come out just means so much, so thank you for coming. All right. We are here today because Chris Minns and the Labor Party have refused to block this radical Greens abortion bill. The Greens are a radical, dangerous force in our country and they must be stopped. The Greens do not represent us. The Greens represent a fringe left-wing minority that the media puts forward. We, the people, want Chris Minns to block this bill. It is not enough. It is not enough for the Premier of this state, Chris Minns, to say that he personally will not vote for it. New South Wales Labor is the party of government and they must block this bill. This bill does four things. The first thing that it does is it gives the Minister for Health a new power. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Joanna Howe and I'm a professor of law, and I'm going to get a bit nerdy. I'm going to get a bit lawyery on you right now, so stay with me. So don't do all this chanting because I want to explain what the bill is about. All right, so the bill does four things. The first thing that it does is it gives the Minister for Health a new power to order a public health organisation to provide abortions, and that hospital must comply. Now, Amanda Cohn from the Greens has said this isn't about attacking people of faith. It's not about attacking Christians. She says that's not what this bill is about. It's about abortion access. But if it's not about attacking Christians and Catholics and Muslims and people of faith, then take Schedule 1 out of the bill. Why do we have this power in the bill that says that the Minister for Health can order hospitals to perform abortions? If that's not her goal, get it out of the bill.
Abortion is a murder! Abortion is a murder!
The second thing that the bill does is it turns midwives and nurses into killers. I have spoken to so many young women working in midwifery and nursing in this country. They did not go into nursing and midwifery to kill babies. Midwives go into this discipline because they love babies. They want to birth babies. I just spoke to a lovely 10-year-old girl who's here tonight, and she told me that her dream is to grow up and be a nurse. But she said to me, Dr. Joe, will you help protect my dream? Because if this bill passes, I won't be able to be a nurse. And that's the thing, guys. This is so important. What is at stake tonight is to protect the future of nurses and midwives in our countries who do not want to be forced or required or for it to become part of their day job to be killing babies in the first trimester. They don't want to do it. We shouldn't be making them do it. And this bill must be blocked. The third thing that this bill does is it forces all health workers to be involved in abortion. So each of us has a conscience. I'm not sure if the MPs do, but each of us, we the people, we have a conscience and we want to use it. And we don't want to be told that we have to participate in abortions. Doctors should not be forced to be involved. They should not have to be the person that calls up the abortionist and makes sure that that baby gets killed. That should not be the job of a doctor. So that's the third thing that this bill does. We must protect our doctors. And the fourth thing that this bill does, and this should tell you what the Greens are really about and what Labor is agreeing to when they're not blocking this bill. This should tell you something, guys. The fourth thing this bill does is it covers up the data. Amanda Cone wants to stop data reporting on abortion. She just wants to cover the whole thing up. I was on the phone today for 30 minutes to Chris Minns' office. And what they said to me is that we, Labor, are not going to block this bill because they said we're not going to block it, we're going to let it go to a conscience vote. But why should MPs get a conscience vote? Why should MPs get a conscience vote and not the people of New South Wales? Chris Minns is the leader of this state, and if you are the leader, you must lead. It is not good enough. It is not good enough to go to a Catholic church on a Sunday or during election time. We see through you, New South Wales Labor. There is a federal election coming up, and this will be an election issue. We will vote on this issue. Are you going to vote on this issue? Are you going to vote? Because in Western Australia, the Greens have just got the balance of power, so they are governing with Labor. In the Legislative Council, the Greens have the balance of power. Now, if Albo wins and he has to rely on the Greens, then this bill that kicks off a religious persecution in our country, this will be rolled out nationwide. So this is not just a New South Wales issue. This is an Australia issue. This is not just a Minns issue. This is an Albo issue. New South Wales Labor must stop this bill.
This is not a political issue.
So,
this is an issue
we are going to chant so that they can hear us, and the chant we're going to do is Minns must act. 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 health workers, we had Catholics, we had Christians, we had Muslims, we had Pentecostals, we had Maronites. There's never been so much unity of people of faith. But you know what? You know what unites us? You know what unites us is that we believe that Australia is a free country. We believe in freedom, and we believe that our country should not be dictated to by the radical left Greens Party and New South Wales Labor in cahoots with them.
And Liberals! Who only say kids after 24 weeks, let's go!
I'm going to introduce you now to one MP that I just wish we could clone, because she has been pro-life all her life. She's someone who has fought for the babies, for the human rights of babies. She's someone who's fought for their mothers. I don't do business with politicians who are pro-life at our rallies for us, and then in there they go and vote the wrong way. I don't do business with those people. I am sick to death. I'm sick to death of pathetic, limp politicians. Are you guys sick to death? Yeah. And so tonight we have the Honourable Susan Carter from the Liberal Party, who is going to speak about this bill. Can we welcome Susan?
Here for such an important cause. Because, friends, this is a bad bill. It is poorly thought out legislation which must be rejected in its entirety. It does not improve healthcare in New South Wales. It runs the risk of making it worse. We cannot accept this bill.
Where do the Liberals stand?
The Liberals are here standing, talking to you. This bill claims to address access issues, but it pursues a perceived lack of access to abortion at all costs. It is unbalanced, it is bad legislation, and it should be rejected. Our current laws mean that abortion may only be performed by registered medical practitioners. Now, I know that many of you here have concerns about this, but at least women and their fertility are protected. But you know what this bill wants to change? This bill wants to say that abortions right up to 22 weeks can will be performed not just by doctors, but also endorsed midwives and nurse practitioners. It would remove all criminal sanctions from these health workers performing any abortion, provided only that the child was less than 22 weeks.
Abort the Labor Party!
Only
Abort the Labor Party!
The Liberals are here talking to you. We have a conscience vote, and I am exercising my conscience to be here as all of you are exercising your conscience. It's really important to know that this legislation is not limited to changing prescribing for medical abortions. It extends to surgical abortions. It removes existing sanctions against nurses and midwives who are trained to support women, who are trained to bring new life into the world, but it would remove sanctions against them from performing surgery designed to terminate those lives. In practical terms, this legislation is so keen to expand what it deems as access that it runs the real risk of taking us back to the backyard. We cannot accept this. This is not a step forward. This is not access to healthcare. It is retrograde.
Can't change your name, please!
The changes to the Crimes Act are dangerous for women, and they are dangerous for their unborn children. The bill also takes aim at conscientious objection and argues that conscientious objection serves to obstruct access to abortion and that this obstruction should be removed. It is amazing to me, at a time when we are seeking to add more provisions into our law to prevent businesses from acting in a way which would offend against conscience, we also seek to strip or limit the ability of medical professionals to exercise their consciences. When businesses act unconscionably, It costs money. When medical professionals act against their conscience, there is often a life at stake. And what is more important? We need stronger consciences to shape our society, not a state that seeks to limit how we can use our conscience. And I want to leave you with the words of Martin Luther King Jr. about conscience. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right?
Is it
And
right?
there comes a time when we must take a position that is neither safe, nor politic, nor popular, but we must take it because it is right. And that time is now. It is the right position that this bill must be opposed. And I thank every single person for standing here and opposing this bill.
Susan Carter, we need more Susan Carters in the Parliament. Susan Carter is a hero.
Behind you!
Thank you, Susan. Thank you so much, Susan, for what you do.
Show the faces behind you!
We have other politicians here today.
Anthony!
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Where are the rest of them now? Anthony, show your face, means you drunk!
This rally today is going to be a turning point for our nation. Because we say enough is enough. People of faith have been sleepwalking for too long and the left has taken over. They lied to us. They lied to us during the pandemic when they took our freedom. They're coming for our children with their woke ideology. They want to take over our schools, they want to take our hospitals, and they want to kill babies right up until birth, with any reason. And it was in this place. It was in this place in 2019 when Labor, the Liberals and the Greens voted that a baby in utero has no human rights through all 40 weeks of pregnancy. They passed a law that said if you are full term, you can be killed. Your heart can be injected with poison and delivered dead, and that's perfectly okay to the people in this place. And we say to Chris Minns, Mark Speakman, and all of the people in this place that enough is enough. And today I declare that the Greens, we are going to make it our mission that they are over as a political force in this nation. Because Labor gets the Greens to do their dirty work, don't they? Let's just call it. There are pro-abortion MPs in the Labor Party like Penny Sharp, Rose Jackson, Joe Hayland. And they might as well be in the Greens. And Minns is covering for those pro-abortion Emily's Lister's Labor Party MPs. So today, on this day, in this moment, we are going to call it and we're going to say we are not turning back. We're not going to pretend that the Greens are all about the environment when actually they just want to kill people. Let's just call it. They are authoritarian and they hate people of faith. So, let's chant, stop the Greens! 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 2.5 years ago on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and YouTube and Twitter, was because the mainstream media doesn't let us have a voice. And even just 10 minutes before this rally, AAP fact-checked Associated Press, one of the big news organisations in Australia. They're just saying this is all lies, because that's what they do. They lied to us in the pandemic, and they think we're still going to believe their lies now. Well, we are not going to do that, because we have woken up. We have woken up to the fake news of the left-wing media in this country that provides cover for the Greens and the radical left agenda that gets perpetuated. And today we have a very brave health worker, a nurse, who is going to speak to the effects of this bill, because the Greens and Labor love to play a big game that they're on the side of health workers, they're on the side of the worker, the ordinary person. But you know who they're on the side of? The elites, big business. Teals and the Greens and Labor are on that side. And today we have an ordinary health worker and nurse who is going to speak to what this bill would mean if it was passed for her and for people in her field. So can we please welcome Naomi Bunka, registered nurse.
Today before you as a nurse of 20 years. I'm also a dedicated health professional. I got into this because I want to save lives, not because I want to kill them. I'm also a executive member of Pro-Life Health Professionals Australia, so if you want to join, please do. I'm also a voice for the passionate healthcare workers that I work with that feel that they're abandoned, unheard and deeply distressed by the relentless expansion of abortion in our healthcare system. Many of you here today might be religious. A little bit of evidence of that. So, a lot of you are religious, but I'm not one of those people.
Fair enough. God bless you.
I'm here first and foremost as a registered nurse. But not being religious, I can unequivocally tell you that you don't need to be religious to know the difference from right and wrong. We all know that it's wrong to kill babies.
Band-aids on a critical wound that is killing 240 babies a day, using our taxpayer
It's wrong to force healthcare professionals to be complicit in the killing of the most innocent of us. The Greens' proposed legislation will force nurses and midwives to prescribe and facilitate medical abortion. But let's be clear, chemical abortion is not like taking a Panadol. It's brutal, it's painful, and it's often really traumatic. Studies show that chemical abortions are have four times the rate of complications compared to surgical abortions. Women are bleeding out in their homes alone, left to self-manage their abortions, and they have no real medical oversight. And now, instead of trained doctors taking responsibility, the burden's being dumped on nurses and midwives. Who asked us?
No one.
We entered the profession to care, to heal, to protect, not to end the lives of the most vulnerable. We're already struggling under the weight of a system that diminishes our conscience, disregards our ethical concerns, and demands our participation in something that most of us don't support. This legislation doesn't expand choice. It expands coercion. It forces us into ethical nightmares of being expected to facilitate abortions or risk our careers. Already, conscience protections are under attack. Nurses in other countries have been bullied out of their jobs for refusing to be part of abortion. We can't allow that to happen here in Australia. Let's not forget the women. No woman deserves to be abandoned to a DIY abortion. No woman deserves to suffer at home alone, bleeding, in pain, with no real medical follow-up. That's not healthcare. That's negligence dressed up as progress. Abortion is not healthcare. It's about ideology, steamrolling over ethics, safety, and common sense. To my fellow nurses, midwives, and healthcare professionals, stand firm. We're healers, not killers. To the politicians pushing this agenda, we see you. We will not comply. We won't stop fighting until the assault on our profession and on innocent human life is overturned. Because true health care protects life. It doesn't end it. Thank you.
Come on, Minzy, come out, you grub.
Thank you so much, Naomi, because we need all Australians to start speaking up, because our voices need to be louder. They need to be amplified, and we need people to say, enough is enough, and I'm going to speak up irrespective of the cost. 2.5 years ago, when I started posting videos to social media, I knew that it was career suicide. I knew that I might never have a job at a university again. But what is at stake is the fact that wall to wall across our country, we kill babies right up until birth, and we're told, we're brainwashed into saying that this is pro-women. And it's not pro-women. It is not. Women, do you want this?
No!
Do you want abortion up to birth for any reason? No. Or do you want the people in here to do their actual job and to support you? Support you as mothers when you're struggling in your pregnancy. Have the mental health resources to support you with counselling if you've got postnatal depression. Do you want them to give you actual help, or just the right to kill your babies? What do you want? So we are told by the media, by the Greens and by the left, that abortion is pro-woman. And we are here today, there are thousands of women here today to say that that is not true, that is a lie. So I'm going to ask, I know there's a lot of really loud blokes in the crowd, but I'm just going to ask you to zip it for a moment. Can you do that, blokes? Can you do it? This guy says it's impossible, but... And ladies, I'm going to ask you to raise your voices in a moment, because we want the people in this place, in this parliament, to know that you do not want abortion up to birth and this bill to be passed. So what we're going to do is that the women, no, the men, you don't get to talk right now, you don't get to talk. This is the women, because to be pro-life is to be pro-woman. When I say to be pro-life is to be pro-women, I want all the ladies in the crowd to cheer their lungs out so that everybody knows to be pro-life is to be pro-woman, ladies! women's rights authentically for so long now is Rachel Wong from Women's Forum Australia. Can we please welcome Rachel?
Look, she's a woman. It's a woman.
In 2019, in the face of immense community backlash, New South Wales passed one of the most extreme abortion laws in the world.
They're all extreme.
Removing long-standing safeguards for both women and children. But it is not enough for the Greens to have abortion until birth in New South Wales. They want more abortion. To achieve this, the Greens want to force hospitals and doctors opposed to abortion for medical, ethical or religious reasons to violate their conscience and to be involved in ensuring access to abortion at any stage for any reason.
Our mind, our choice.
They want to remove the few remaining safeguards for women by expanding who can perform abortions. And they want to get rid of minimal data collection requirements because they absurdly claim that these create barriers to abortion access. New South Wales Greens MP and former abortionist Amanda Cohen couches her radical and authoritarian new abortion bill in the language of women's rights.
All abortion is radical. All of it.
This is a bill put forward by a party that in 2019 voted down protections for women and girls against sexual abuse, abortion coercion, and sex-selective abortion.
All child sacrifice is radical.
This is a bill put forward by a party that doesn't even know what a woman is.
That's right. Giggle and dribble.
This is a bill put forward by a party that doesn't even know what a woman is. And who last year shared on a law allowing men to legally self-identify as women, further erasing women in law and further eroding protections for female-only spaces, services and sports. And this is a bill that gravely endangers women. Removing the requirement that a medical practitioner perform an abortion and allowing them to be undertaken by nurses, midwives and other prescribed health practitioners increases the risks of adverse outcomes following complications, especially for women in rural, regional and remote areas. The exact woman Cohen says her bill is meant to help. This is especially the case when it comes to medical abortions. Complications following a medical abortion include hemorrhage, infection and incomplete abortion.
And a dead baby.
All of which require urgent medical attention.
And a dead baby.
A missed ectopic pregnancy prior to a medical abortion can have fatal consequences.
Yes, a dead baby.
Expanding access to medical abortion, particularly in remote areas with underqualified health practitioners and a lack of clinics equipped to deal with serious adverse events, puts women's lives at risk. Instead of simply pushing for more abortion, imagine if the Greens actually addressed the underlying societal issues that drive women to seek abortion in the first place. But this bill, and indeed many of the Greens' policies, are inherently anti-women. Because at the end of the day, it's not about women. It's about blindly following ideology at all cost, even at the cost to women. If passed, the Greens bill will endanger women. It will create more victims of abortion, both unborn children and women, and it will force hospitals to close and health professionals to leave their jobs, which would cripple New South Wales' already strained healthcare system. However, while the bill may belong to the Greens, it only passes the Parliament with Labor's support. I call on all members of Parliament to reject this radical bill. But Premier Chris Minns, it is your responsibility to lead your party in rejecting this anti-women, anti-children, anti-freedom law and to put an end to activists running this state.
would be far less abortions. There would be fewer babies killed if men stepped up like the men here today. Did you know that in America, because we don't have the data here, but in America, the vast majority of women that go in to kill their baby, to have an abortion, let's call it what it is killing a baby. And the vast majority of women that go in to kill their baby to end their life, 86% of them do not have a man by their side. So men, we need you to step up for the women of our state. And so in a moment, I'm going to ask the ladies to be quiet. And I know my husband will tell you it's pretty hard to get me to shut up. And I'm sure that's true for some of the other ladies in the crowd. But ladies, we're going to zip it. Because in a moment, we're going to get the men of New South Wales to speak up for the babies and to protect the women of this state. Men, can you give me a cheer? Yeah! Can you give me a cheer? And I want the men of this state. I want the men of New South Wales.
Protect freedom!
Must act. Men
Must act! Means 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 must act!
Give yourselves a big round of applause. We're doing a lot of chanting tonight, but the reality is the federal election is less than 2 months away, and Albo needs our vote. He needs Western Sydney and New South Wales Labor. They know it. They know they need people of faith to vote for them if they want to be in government. And my message to you tonight is to say, you must make this the issue for your vote. Because if a politician stands up for religious freedom, if they stand up for babies in the womb, if they stand up for women, then we know that they are good. But if they don't, then we know that they are bad. We know that they are bad. And so it's as simple as that, guys. If you want to know who to vote for, you just ask them, what's your position on this bill? And if they say to you, oh, it's a federal election and that's a state-based bill, that's the politician's answer, okay? And so what you then say is, what you might then say, if the person that you speak to says it's not a state-based issue, you need to turn around to that person, that politician, and you say, the Greens want to do this across Australia. The Greens want to make it so that every public hospital in Australia performs abortions. So this is not just about New South Wales, this is about our country. So you need to know when you vote at the federal election, you cannot vote for New South Wales Labor if Chris Minns and New South Wales Labor does not block this bill. Have we got that?
Block the bill!
Our message to Tony Burke and Chris Bowen. You might go to church on a Sunday. Albo, you might tell us that you're from a Catholic family. We don't give a shit. We don't believe that BS anymore. We're sick of it. We're sick of you doing this and then killing babies on the side. We don't want that. Albo, Burke, Bowen.
Burke's gotta go.
Any of those New South Wales Labor people that need us to vote for them, tell us your position on this bill and block the bill.
Block the bill!
Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the bill! Block the
Josh from ACL because when I knew this was happening, I called Josh because I live in Adelaide. You guys know that. I'm a Sydney girl, but I married an Adelaide boy.
Okay.
Some people say that was a mistake, but honestly, it was the best decision of my life.
Well, he's a top bloke.
But I called up Josh and I said, what should we do? And Josh manned up straight away and he's like, let's do something because we have to do something. And so we put on this rally with less than a week's notice. Can we please welcome Josh from the Australian Christian Lobby?
Well, can I get a big shout for life and for babies? Come on, shout out for life. I don't think that many of you realise just how important it is that you are all out here tonight to take this stand, to stake a post in the ground and to stand for life, to make this demonstration to the members of Parliament in this House is so profound. It is so important. So give yourself a round of applause. Thank you for coming out, Sydney, to stand for life. Now, I get the honour of making some thanks. So when I thank each of these groups, I want you to give a big shout out. And the first one is once more to our members of Parliament, to the members who stake posts in the ground and stand for life, who stand against this abortion. Can I get a big cheer for those members? Come on. I also want to give a big shout out to our volunteers and to those who have made this event a possibility. Can we shout out to them? Yeah, come on. I also want to give a big thanks to New South Wales Police. They have been so helpful in stopping of any obstruction to this rally. They've cooperated with us. They've made this a possibility for us to stand for life tonight here in Sydney. So give a big round of applause to them as well. Now, it would be remiss of me as a Christian lobbyist not to quote a great theologian, and I want to quote Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Now, this man is the founder of the Confessing Church, a church which valiantly resisted the Nazi regime, especially as it infiltrated the German church. And he said this, he said, "Silence in the face of evil is evil itself." God will not hold us guiltless. Not to speak is to speak. Not to act is to act. We must act. We must speak. We must come into the streets. We must chant for our life. And we must stake our post in the ground. I want to thank you for taking the time to come out this evening, for giving up time with your family, for leaving early for work. Fantastic, your family's here. For those families who are here, God bless you. Thank you for taking that time and staking that post, but I want to go a step further, and that is to consider each and every one of our individual responsibility to use our voice in our family, in our community, locally, to stand up for life, to be leaders, both men and women in our community. And that's my call to action tonight. We have printed off lots of these flyers. If you have not got one yet, look for people in fluoro vests. They're distributing them to you. This is a flyer with a QR code on it, which will allow you to contact your local member. Now, let me tell you, I was moving around Parliament today. There are a lot of members who want to reject this bill, but sometimes they're afraid. And they need you to stand up in your community and to stand for life. You need to contact them and stake your post in the ground. Express to them your concerns for life and that you want this bill rejected. They need to hear from you. When you get home for me, please scan this QR code and take the time to write a letter to your local member.
Join your local church and worship Jesus as King.
We must be the light in the darkness. We must speak up for truth. We must speak up for life. And to close out, excuse me, gentlemen, to close out this afternoon, I want to, on behalf of ACL, to pray for the rejection of this bill. So I would ask, if everyone could be quiet, I'm going to pray to the Lord that this bill would be rejected. Lord Jesus, Lord, we thank you for your lordship. God, we pray that this bill would be defeated in its entirety. God, we know that you are above and beyond this legislation. Lord, we know that you love and create life. And we stand together, Lord, and pray that this bill in Jesus' name would be defeated. And everyone said, amen.
Give one big good cheer for life and to reject this bill. Kill the bill! Defend freedom! Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King!
Tomorrow, you might have thought the work was coming today, but we actually have to get to work. Because the only thing a lot of the people in this place care about is job security. And do you know who controls their jobs?
We do.
We do. So tomorrow we are meeting outside the office of Labor MP Nathan Haggerty in Leppington. We are meeting at 9:30 a.m. I'm going to meet you there. 9:30 a.m. outside the office of Nathan Haggerty. There we go. You can go to my Instagram, Facebook, and you can see the details. 108 Ingleburn Road. We're meeting at 9:30. We're going to letterbox his seat. Because you know what we have to do is we have to organise our community. We have to make sure that everybody knows about this bill. We have 5,000 here tonight, but the next time we do this rally, just before the federal election, we want 10,000. So I need you. So tomorrow, I want to meet you at 9:30 a.m. outside the office of Labor MP Nathan Haggerty. Just an hour of your time. Wear your walking shoes. Don't wear the high heels.
He's behind you.
And he may be in the Labor Party, but we want the Labor Party to vote against this bill.
Time, you grub!
We want all of Labor to vote against this bill. So this week it's Nathan. Next week it'll be a different Labor MP, and we're going to keep going. Labor MP after Labor MP after Labor MP. Are you with
And
me?
the Greens.
Are you with me?
Because
it is not good enough. It is not good enough.
You won't be smiling when you leave.
It is not good enough. It is not good enough for Chris Minns or Nathan Haggerty or any other sort of person in the party, the Labor Party, to tell me they're not going to vote for this bill. You need to make the caucus vote against this bill. It is not good enough to say, I am pro-life, I wouldn't have an abortion. No, abortion kills a baby. We all need to be pro-life. The same thing with this bill. It is not good enough to say that I will vote against this bill. You need to make sure that your party votes against this bill as a party, and that is my message to Chris Minns, Nathan Haggerty, and every single member of New South Wales Labor.
Come down and speak, Haggerty!
So I will see you at 9:30. I will see you at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow. Will you be there? 9:30 a.m. We're going to letterbox his seat. It'll take 1 hour of your time. Now to close us out, I'm going to introduce you to two amazing young women. This year, it's been a dream of my heart that we would have young women leading our movement and speaking up for a new generation of women that want to stand up for the babies in utero and for this next generation, because we need a new pro-life generation in this country. We're sick of the second wave feminist dinosaurs. Who's sick of those second wave feminist We need authentic voices for young women. We don't need Amanda Cohn pretending to be on the side of women, but she doesn't even know what a woman is. We need women to speak for women who know what a woman is, don't we? And so, this year, an organisation called Bird Flip, can you hear that? Bird Flip. Bird Flip is a new organisation on social media, so on Instagram and Facebook, YouTube and X. I want you to follow Bird Flip because this is staffed by young women who are going to build a culture of life in our country. Can we please welcome Anna and Petta?
Hello Sydney, how are we tonight? I'm Anna and this is Petta. We just want to lead you guys in a couple of chants because as everyone's been saying tonight, these people in this building behind us are deciding our futures and we're not okay with that. So I want everyone when they leave this place to not have any vocal cords left because we want to make that building shake. So let's start with a simple one. Stop the Greens. 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 Louder. Stop the Greens. Louder.
Stop the Greens. Stop the Greens. Stop the Greens. Stop the Greens. Stop the Greens.
Stop the Greens. Stop the Greens. Louder, come on. We want that building to shake. Louder.
Stop the Greens.
Stop the Greens.
Stop the Greens. Stop the Greens.
Stop the Greens.
Stop
Alright, amazing. We're going to try something a little bit different. It's going to be a call and response. I'm going to yell, Chris Minns, Chris Minns. And then you guys are going to yell, throw this bill in the bin. Got it?
Get rid of Chris
Nice.
Minns.
Alright, let's put some pressure on them. Ready? Chris Minns, Chris Minns. Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
Gotta be louder, guys. Come on. Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
One more, ready? At the top of your lungs. Chris Minns, Chris Minns.
Throw this bill in the bin.
Applause. Nicely done, everyone. We're gonna do one more now. We're gonna do a classic. We're going to chant in unison, screaming at the top of our lungs. Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life.
Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life.
Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life. Louder.
Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life. Stand for life.
You guys are amazing.
We won't be more. We won't be more.
Weren't they amazing? They were so good. So, Sydney, I promised we'd go for an hour and I'm going to keep my promise, unlike a politician. I'm going to keep my promise and I'm going to send you home, but I've got a job for you to do. You need to tell 5 people about this bill. You need to letterbox your community and ring your MP. You need to make sure that when you vote at the next election, you vote on this issue. And I want to see you at 9:30 tomorrow outside the office of Nathan Haggerty in Leppington. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thank you so much. Labor allows this bill to pass, she won't be able to be a nurse because she doesn't want to be an abortionist. She doesn't want to kill babies. She wants to help mums and she wants to birth babies. And so for that little 10-year-old girl and for all our children and for the future of our country, we must stand together and fight against this bill. Thank you so much, Sydney, for coming out, and see you next time.
Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. Thank you. Keep up the good work, mate. Thank you. Well, as Simon Thatcher said, you and I have some. I used to work at Ferguson.
Well, that's the end of it. Now everyone's just dispersing and heading off. It was a bit dodgy the way they kept the road kind of half open and then a lane open and closed the lane and two lanes running, and it was a bit bloody dodgy with the cars. But anyway, it is what it is. A massive crowd has turned up. They kept saying 5,000, but whether that's right or not, it's hard to say now on the exit, as a lot of people have already gone. But yeah, so that was it's another one in the books, I guess. Yeah. I won't do it. How you going? Oh.